Outright college insanity inflamed by House Republicans. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. Over 100 students arrested at Columbia University in New York City yesterday after occupying a lawn in protest of Israel's ongoing war in Gaza. To be clear, the students were not occupying an administration building. They were not occupying a lecture hall. They had not commandeered a dorm. They were not even blocking a street. The students had set up an encampment of around 50 tents in an area of campus that the university's own website says is, quote, open for community use without a reservation. Yet Columbia's president calling in New York City police clad in riot gear to disband the encampment, demanding the university divest from financial interests with ties to Israel. The extreme, radical move coming just a day after Columbia's president testified before a Republican-led congressional committee supposedly investigating anti-Semitism on college campuses. And while I, as a grandson of a Holocaust survivor, am very concerned about statistics showing a rise in anti-Semitism, House Republicans have made it abundantly clear they are not concerned with hate directed towards minority groups, including Jewish people. Remember, these are the same House Republicans who just 6 months ago elected a Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who rose to prominence attacking LGBTQ folks. Before getting elected to the lower chamber, Johnson worked as an attorney and spokesperson for the evangelical Christian legal group Alliance Defense Fund, where he spearheaded efforts to criminalize same-sex activity and block efforts to legalize same-sex marriage. Johnson also advocated for businesses denying service to gay people and banning trans people from using restrooms of their choice. And sadly, that barely scratches the surface of the speaker's long history of homophobia and transphobia. Of course, also illustrative of House Republicans' hypocrisy with respect to minority rights is their nearly unified endorsement of Donald Trump for re-election. The former president not only has a long history of racist actions and remarks, including being sued by the Justice Department for racial discrimination, and saying that America's first black president was not born in America, but Trump has repeatedly attacked Jewish Americans.
I have so many Jewish friends that are supporting Obama, and I'm saying, are you crazy? There's never been anybody worse to Israel than Obama.
You're not going to support me because I don't want your money. Isn't it crazy? No, it's true.
Maybe you could explain that to some of your people that say, oh, we don't like tariffs.
And I think any Jewish people that vote for a Democrat, I think it shows either a total lack of knowledge or great disloyalty.
In my opinion, you vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people, and you're being very disloyal to Israel.
Yeah. Isn't that anti-Semitic?
No. It's only in your head. It's only anti-Semitic in your head.
Any Jewish person that votes for Democrats hates their religion, they hate everything about Israel, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yet, those disgusting anti-Semitic remarks from Trump apparently don't bother House Republicans who claim to be concerned about rising prejudice against Jewish people. And that is because House Republicans overwhelmingly do not care about anti-Semitism or any other form of hate directed towards minorities. What they care about is attacking and demonizing liberals and what they perceive to be liberal institutions that Republicans blame for indoctrinating Americans. That is why House Republicans specifically called the heads of Columbia, University of Pennsylvania, Harvard, and MIT before them. And despite each president testifying without equivocation that they were appalled by anti-Semitism and taking action against it on their campuses, that was not enough for House Republicans. They demanded, along with some of their Democratic colleagues, that the presidents of UPenn, Harvard, and MIT all be removed from their posts for not explicitly promising to expel any student who called for the genocide of Jews. And while such anti-Semitic comments are obviously abhorrent, should they not be allowed to be said? Should they not be allowed to be debated at the greatest universities in the world? Isn't that what college is supposed to be about? Learning how to debate the most controversial issues in a civilized manner, and even perhaps winning over people with the strength of your arguments? Well, apparently not, because within days of the hearing, the president of Ukraine was forced to resign, and within weeks, Harvard's first black president was ousted. Republicans cheering each resignation as a win against the liberal elite, which they have chosen to blame for any and all problems their largely white, non-college educated constituents have. Of course, creating turmoil at Ivy League colleges and censoring speech is not going to reduce anti-Semitism or solve any problems that Americans face. But when you have hitched your spiteful wagon to a narcissistic thug who aspires to be a dictator for life, apparently that is the best you can do. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.